All right, Lo Rocha here. Let's get straight to it. While you were sleeping, the SEOUL close gave us a huge signal for the US session. But listen, the story you're about to hear is not what's going to be in the headlines. Let's dig in.
Okay, answer first. The KSP just blew past the 5,000 barrier. And no, this isn't just some speculative frenzy. This is confirmed institutional money moving in. So what does that mean for you? It's a direct green light for US Semiconductors, specifically SOXX, the big ETF that holds all the major chip makers as we head into the US Open.
So you might be wondering, why does a Korean index suddenly carry so much weight? Well, it's because the entire game has changed. Global money is looking at this market in a totally new way. We're not just talking about a price move here. We're talking about a complete structural re-rating of Korea's role in the entire global tech supply chain. And that brings us to this core concept, global proxy beta. This isn't just random. This is a deliberate strategy used by the big global funds. Instead of just piling into US tech blindly, they dip their toes in the water in SEOUL first. They're checking the pulse of the most critical parts of the supply chain. It's their way of upping their win rate before the US market even opens. Man, this slide just says it all, doesn't it? For years, Korea was seen as a value trap. It looked cheap, but there was always a reason, that infamous Korea discount. Well, not anymore. Today, global capital sees it as the engine for AI infrastructure. It's not a discount asset anymore. It's a premium, can't live without it, core holding. So the big question is this for real? And the hard data says, absolutely. First, you just can't deny Korea's dominance in the AI hardware supply chain. Second, get this, earnings are actually growing faster than stock prices. That confirms this is a real multiple expansion. All that means is the market is willing to pay a premium for future growth, not just chasing some speculative bubble. Okay, but here's the thing. The big KSB number, that's not the whole story. As always, the real juice, the Gosu insight, was hidden upstream in a key supply chain node that the mainstream media just completely missed. So yeah, the heavyweight champ Samsung did a lot of the lifting to get the index up there. But the real canary in the coal mine, the true signal that risk on is back, that was EcoPro. This is our high beta confirmation. Let's look at the number. And there it is, signal activation. EcoPro, a crucial node in the battery supply chain, just blasted up over 10%. Now this isn't random. This shows that capital is getting aggressive, hunting for high-growth proxies. And that has a really high correlation to the kind of risk appetite you see for names like Tesla in the US, because the big money views them in exactly the same way, high-growth, high-beta plays. Okay, now hold on. Before we go all in on this amazing signal from Asia, we have to clear the main hurdle on the macro front. There is one piece of data coming out tonight that could absolutely invalidate this entire bullish setup. This is the question that every single trader needs to be asking themselves right now. What is the one event, the one data point that could just completely sever the link between what happened in Asia and what's about to happen in the US? And here's your answer. The US Core PCE Price Index. This is the big one. It's the Federal Reserve's favorite inflation number. A surprise here, and all that supply chain optimism we just saw goes right out the window. It could turn this beautiful bull signal into a nasty trap. So how we play this is pretty straightforward. It's a binary outcome. Everyone's expecting a 0.2% increase. Now, if that number comes in hot, say above 0.3%, you can bet yields are going to spike and tech will sell off hard. The Corey signal is completely invalidated. But if it comes in at 0.2% or even lower, that confirms disinflation is on track, and the floodgates of capital into growth stocks are going to open right up. All right, so we've got the logic down. Now let's switch from analysis to action. This is our tactical game plan for the US session tonight. Here's the checklist. For Nvidia, we're watching yesterday's close. If it breaks above, that confirms the Samsung trend and we're long. For Tesla, that big signal from EcoPro validates a long position. But, and this is key, we stay away if yields pop over 4.3%. And finally, for the NASDAQ futures, the magic number is 25,150. As long as we're above it, the trend is good. If we break below, it's time to hedge because the risk of a false breakout is real. So it all comes down to this final check. The bull case is simple. NASDAQ futures stay above 25,150, and the chip stocks just keep running. The bear case, the trap, gets sprung if the 10-year yield breaks above 4.3% after that PCE data. That would confirm a total decoupling, and that KOSPI 5,000 signal suddenly looks like a very dangerous trap.
So here's the bottom line for tonight. I want you to treat that KSOPI 5000 signal as a green light for the entire semiconductor sector. But, and this is the most important part, only if that PCE data doesn't give us a nasty surprise. Stay sharp out there.